Hello, friends. It's me, StepsBasic, and welcome back. This is the first community show I've done in months now, I think. And honestly, I feel like I do owe you all an explanation for that. I am going to come back to them eventually, but unfortunately, I'm still wearing my hat, my bad. But unfortunately, due to Kiddo's schedule, it's made it difficult to have 2 videos a day because Kiddo gets out of school earlier, so I have less time to actually edit and put together videos. But that's not the point of today's video. Today's video is, well, a couple things. First of all, by the time you see this, it will already have been Thanksgiving, because it's today that I'm uploading this. It's Thanksgiving, but it's not going to go live until like 5 o'clock. But I wanted to come here and wish you all happy Thanksgiving. I know it's American Thanksgiving, so anyone outside of America is not going to be like, oh, wow, thanks. I don't know what that means. So if it's not Thanksgiving for you, happy Thursday. Have a great day. I hope you have a wonderful day today, regardless of what you're celebrating. Secondly, I have, it's been a bit of a downer. I have to confess that we lost somebody very near and dear to us in my family. We lost my grandma. Shut up, truck. We lost my grandma, unfortunately, and it's if you've noticed, I've been a little lower energy in my videos. That's why, because we loved my grandma. My grandma was, well, she was the best of us, you know. But I do have, potentially, I don't know if I actually want to upload it to fully live. I might just upload it to private, send it to my family. But I made a video, a bit artsy fartsy. I don't know if I want to release it though. But it's called the difference a week can make. And honestly, the premise of it is, because regardless of whether or not I want to upload the video itself to y'all, I did want to take a moment to talk about the importance of it, because the premise of the video, called "The Difference a Week Can Make," is that I talked to my grandmother. I think it was actually 2 weeks before she passed away, 2 to 3 weeks before she passed away, and everything was fine. You know, we had a nice chit chat and we discussed, you know, how things are going here, how things are going there, and whatnot. And then I got a message from my cousin telling me that she wasn't doing too well, and so I tried to call her. Again, and this was, at first it was 2 days before she passed, and then I called her the day before she passed, and my aunt answered the phone, and I don't blame my aunt for this, but I wish I could have just talked to her then, but she wasn't, obviously, you know, she didn't have the energy to talk to me, and I understand that. And I don't blame my aunt for not letting me talk to her, because, well, you can't really force that thing, and none of us knew what was going to happen. I mean, if we're going to be perfectly 100% honest, we all suspected what was going to happen. But she passed away the next morning, right after I just called, and you know, honestly, that's the premise of the video. You know, a lot can happen in a week. A lot can happen in just one night. But yeah, with the holiday now, I mean, I've talked before about how this is my favorite holiday and whatnot. Honestly, it didn't fully click in my brain, at least I don't think so, until this happened. But the biggest reason why Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday is because, you know, growing up, I had a rough childhood. I don't need to go into it any more than I usually have to, but I had a rough childhood growing up, and rarely did I ever feel safe, you know. But come Thanksgiving, come the holiday season, when we'd visit Grandma out there in St. David. She doesn't live. She obviously doesn't live there anymore. But you know, they moved away from there years ago. But back when she lived in St. David, we'd go visit on Thanksgiving, and I remember walking into the house and just smelling the food and hearing the voices and I constantly, one of my favorite memories is like just being there, and I referenced, like, in my video. I don't know if it's actually going to go live, but I talked about how it just felt orange, and to me orange is warm and comforting. It's generally a good feeling. If something feels orange to me, that's what it means. Warm, comforting, and happy. And so coming into the house and just feeling that, feeling safe, feeling happy, regardless of what else was going on. It was like, this is my safe place right here. And I still remember looking at the washing machines in the washing room and seeing the pies lined up on it, and I'm like, those are gonna be so good. Mincemeat pie was my favorite, and partially because that was the only place I'd ever get it, was at Grandma's house. But yeah, so much happened, and this isn't because my grandfather passed away shortly after Father's Day, and I kept meaning to call him and wish him a happy Father's Day, and then I got the call that he passed away. I mean, I think it was a week later. It was shortly afterwards, and I hated myself for that. For not, it is not that I didn't want to. I really wanted to call him and wish him a happy Father's Day. In fact, I kept telling myself every day up until I got the call that he passed away, is like, you need to call your grandpa. And honestly, the same thing kind of happened with Grandma. I kept getting that feeling, you have to call Grandma. And then we got the news that she wasn't doing too well, and so that prompted me to call. But unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to actually talk to her again. But I know she loved me, and I know she knows I loved her. And regardless of whether or not you get to see my artsy-fartsy video that I made, I want you to understand that a lot can happen in a week. Love your family, love your people, love your friends, love whoever loves you, and love them back, as it were. Don't put off the meaningful things, because it's easy to make promises. It's easy to make plans. But time makes fools of us all. Anyway, sorry for the downer, but on a happy note, I really appreciate how far you have helped me get this channel and everything. If we can hit 11 more subscribers before January, I'll make my second goal for subscriber count, and so we're kind of looking forward to that. And of course, we're going to have the end of the year wrap up where I talk about everything we've done this year and plans for the future. And yeah, if it's Thanksgiving for you, happy Thanksgiving. If it's not Thanksgiving for you, well, then just have a happy Thursday. Remember to love the ones you love and the ones who love you. And yeah, thank you all so much. Hopefully they have a wonderful day. And until then, until the next time, good night.